Welcome to Teaching Archaeological Thinking. This presentation will explore the advantages of incorporating archaeological perspectives into your social studies classroom. It will also review the resource Teaching Archaeological Thinking and how it can help. Incorporating archaeology into a classroom teaching is an exciting and authentic way to engage students as historical actors rather than mere passive bystanders. Most of the story of humans on Earth is prehistory, in that it occurred prior to the written record. This is the case for Canada's Aboriginal peoples as well as many ancient civilizations studied in Canadian classrooms. A lot of what we know about these people comes from archaeology, where there's an inherent value in its material record of human beings, as it is our most direct point of contact with past peoples. Teaching students to extract the information contained in historical and cultural artifacts, to construct knowledge from them, and to convert that knowledge into understanding is a very strong skill set that will serve them well throughout their academic life and beyond. Utilizing an archaeological approach to historical learning supports many desirable classroom learning outcomes. First, it enhances engagement. Archaeology becomes more meaningful to students when they are invited to think for themselves and not simply to find answers that others have produced. It increases understanding by activating their learning. Countless educators have attested to the limited value of transmitting facts to students. Students are unlikely to remember and even less likely to understand unless they work with and manipulate the information. It also extends literacy beyond the classroom. If students are taught to think through questions raised in archaeology, they will be better equipped to assess challenges they encounter in daily life. Archaeological thinking contributes to functional literacy by including collecting evidence, assessing and interpreting evidence, appreciating cause and effect relationships, challenging culturally held stereotypes and prejudices, and making ethical judgments surrounding issues of regional, national, and international importance. Archaeological thinking can also support learning efficacy. If students are to contribute as effective local, national, and global citizens, they must continually question and develop a keen sense of how they are part of the continuum of human society through time and space. Archaeology allows opportunities for students to appreciate both commonalities and differences between their own and others' cultures. And finally, archaeological thinking teaches the skills of cooperative and collaborative learning. Simply put, archaeology cannot be done alone. People must work in mixed teams, including disciplines as geology, botany, climatology, paleontology, art history, in order to understand past cultures. Archaeology promotes thinking and working in teams. In the resource Teaching Archaeological Thinking by Judy Waring, the author identifies 6 thinking concepts that serve as portals to approach archaeological thinking. These portals help teachers and students raise critical questions and learn and apply thinking tools to further their knowledge. Inspired by the work of Peter Seixas, a major step in embedding archaeological thinking into teaching is to problematize the curriculum, recasting content as problems that require considered solutions, so that studying history through archaeology becomes more a matter of problem solving by responding to challenges than a mere memorization of information. The first portal deals with significance, archaeological significance. It determines the importance of the archaeological find. This requires identifying and assessing its importance to individuals and to society. Portal 2 deals with evidence and interpretation. It focuses on what information can be used as evidence to support ideas about past peoples. Students must learn to scrutinize information used as evidence and to think carefully about the meaning we attribute to it. The third portal deals with similarities and differences. It asks, what does the material record tell us about the similarities and differences in human cultures over time and space? Questions concerning similarities and differences invite students to develop observation skills, to analyze human and physical environments, and to appreciate both the uniqueness of cultural groups as well as the attributes common to all of humanity. Portal number 4 looks at cause and effect. It asks, what can the material record tell us about the causes and effects of human events? The critical thinking required to distinguish cause and effect relationships from coincidence are applicable to many aspects of perception and decision-making in everyday life. Portal number 5 deals with archaeological perspective. It asks, has time and place outside one's own experience been understood? Archaeological perspective requires open-mindedness to unfamiliar aspects of humanity, as well as recognition of the shared ways of life common to human cultures regardless of time and place. Portal 6 deals with archaeological value judgment. It asks us to consider the best response to an archaeological find. Questions of value judgments force archaeologists, society, and students to engage in debate about the consequences regarding heritage conservation options. Teaching archaeological thinking is clearly organized for effective teaching. Each chapter begins with a scenario that illustrates the concept in archaeological thinking and explains or questions why it's important. Key dimensions are outlined in each portal and are sequenced by first introducing the main concepts and then supporting them with specific suggestions for teaching the nature of the concept provided. Where appropriate, suggestions for both secondary and younger students are made. Applications across the curriculum contains teaching activities that illustrate how the concept can be used in critical thinking challenges widely across the social studies curriculum perspective. Each chapter concludes with a learning activity based on the large, complex archaeological sites situated at Bodo, Alberta. The purpose of these activities is to provide exemplars and experience showing how the 6 portal concepts may be used together to teach a particular curriculum topic. Throughout the text, numerous examples from the field of archaeology have been included to provide teachers with a rich collection of source material to draw upon in the classroom. The resource concludes with 3 appendices. Appendix A, blackline masters, may be referred to in the text. These are numbered throughout the resource and sequentially and are found at the back of the book. Appendix B is a collection of resource websites, and they're referenced in the footnotes in the text of the book. These websites have also been gathered to provide Canadian archaeological material, for example, photographs and descriptions. These internet materials have been compiled in the back in Appendix B. Appendix C is a glossary containing definitions of frequently used archaeological terms. Teaching archaeological thinking is the collaborative effort of 4 partners. The Critical Thinking Consortium is where you go to obtain your copy of Teaching Archaeological Thinking. The Learning Network has developed 12 companion critical inquiry units focusing on Bodo. These are all downloadable, free of charge, and also supported by digital resources and image banks. The Bodo Archaeological Society runs a modern interpretive center at the Bodo Archaeological Site and invites people to book tours and to check the schedule of events on their website. Buffalo Adventures guides community archaeological events for young children, school students, adults, and families. Check out their website for opportunities to join the resident archaeological team and get digging at Bodo.